on 7 March 2022. As petroleum prices skyrocketed to a decade high, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated unveiled a $5 billion position in Occidental Petroleum Corporation. This video reveals how Berkshire Hathaway secretly acquired this stake. Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated is an American global conglomerate holding company founded in 1839 by the late Oliver Chase, a U.S. merchant who established various enterprises in the early 19th century, including the Valley Falls Company, which became Berkshire Hathaway Incorporated. Today, Berkshire Hathaway is a diversified holding corporation with subsidiaries in, but not limited to, insurance, energy generation, manufacturing, and retailing. Berkshire Hathaway has grown into one of the world's largest and most valuable companies, famously led by CEOs and board chair Warren Buffett, who also owns a 16% majority stake. You will later learn how much Buffett's stake amounts to and where it places him on Forbes' list of richest persons in the world. In a newsletter to shareholders released less than a week before 5 March 2020, Buffett voiced concerns that Berkshire Hathaway could find little to excite them in the equity markets. However, Securities and Exchange Commission, filing on 4 March, revealed that Berkshire Hathaway had found something intriguing about Occidental Petroleum. Per the filing, Berkshire Hathaway owned 91.2 million common shares in the oil giant as of 4 March 2022. When Occidental stock closed for $56.15 per share on 4 March, Berkshire's stake was worth $5.1 billion. Furthermore, the stock rose by 45% the following week in an apparent response to soaring oil prices in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It soon became evident that Berkshire continued to buy Occidental stock as share prices rose. Hence, the company bought a little over 61 million of its 91.2 million shares on March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Although we don't know when Berkshire purchased the other 29 million shares, we know it did so in 2022, on or before 2nd March, because Berkshire did not report holding Occidental shares as of 31st December 2021. Although Berkshire owns only about 9% of Occidental's common shares today, it is worth noting that it has warrants to purchase an additional 83.9 million shares at $59.62 per share. Even though the warrants have not been exercised, they must be recorded for SEC filing purposes. As a result, Berkshire's stake in Occidental is technically around 17%. Berkshire received the warrants in a 2019 deal in which it gave Occidental what amounted to a $10 billion loan to finance the $38 billion acquisition of Anadarko, a hydrocarbon exploration company. The loan, which took the form of Berkshire's purchase of preferred stock, requires Occidental to pay an annual dividend of 8%, which equates to $200 million per quarter. Buffett indicated that the loan Berkshire gave Occidental was a long-term bet that oil prices would rise. Consider subscribing to this channel if you are enjoying this video. In the second half of 2019, Berkshire acquired a relatively small stake of just under 19 million shares worth around $780 million. Buffett's bet did not fare well for a brief period because oil prices plummeted in early 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. To save money, Occidental paid its first and second quarter loan payments to Berkshire in stock and then resumed cash payments. Berkshire received 17.3 million and 11.6 million shares in the first and second quarters, respectively. However, Berkshire's SEC filings showed it did not own Occidental stock as of 30th June and 30th September in 2020. This implies that the company sold both the 19 million shares it purchased and the nearly 29 million shares it received as dividend payments amid the oil market turmoil of 2020. Occidental Petroleum is run by CEO Vicki Hollub. Vicki is an American businesswoman and mineral engineer born in 1960. She has been the president and CEO of Occidental Petroleum since April 2016, making her the first woman to lead a major American petroleum corporation. If you admire women in leadership positions, kindly hit the like button. Berkshire Hathaway's share price reached $500,000 for the first time on Monday, 14 March 2022. They reflect the company's status as a defensive stock in a market unnerved by events in Ukraine and rising inflation. Berkshire's Class A shares are up 10% in 2022. According to Forbes magazine, the company's market value is approximately $731 billion, ranking 6th in the United States, and Buffett's 16.2% stake makes him the world's 5th richest person at $119.2 billion. You will love our video on how Meta lost $230 billion in a day. Thank you for watching.